misled you into believing that the pain was only going to be but a temporary one, well, I lied, and truthfully, and I don't really think that it would have mattered whether I did or not, because the outcome of your existence, along with your purpose here, was ultimately going to end the same, regardless of the pain that you had gone as far as to go and endure. And so now, good riddance, Belmont says upon now being shown having to completely Hakai Galmu, and as this ought to go and show you creatures on what will go and happen to you if you think that you could just go and come into my universe and expect to go and get away with the chaos that you have went and had caused here, with Topo responding, good, that's the way, Lord Belmont, and with Jiren left to go and handle what is rightfully owed to him in the meantime, Topo says, let us go and continue to eliminate what's left of these foul creatures before we are to fully go and redirect our attention right back at Jiren and seeing where their battle goes from there. But then, it was only within these very moments now from across the battlefield as the elite demon Kodos was then shown having to use his full power and having to go after Jiren was when Kodos then went on to quickly respond, still carrying your master's teachings on your shoulders after all these years since his death like some kind of a sacred burden now, are you? Well, it would seem as though his teachings don't appear to be helping you out here in this fight against me, because not only is my strength equally as powerful as your own, Kodos says, but in case you haven't realized it by now, but you are being driven back more and more, which doesn't look good for you, because just like it was when you had failed to go and stop me from wiping out your entire clan alongside that wretched Master Gichin of yours, you are going to fail in having to stop me once again, and deep down, that desire and desperate conviction within your eyes that you fight so very hard to avenge will ultimately drive both you and your entire group of Pride Troopers into the grave, Jiren. And as I had tried warning you that my power was not to go and be challenged, and since you had went and decided to go and seek revenge in attempting to go and destroy me for slaughtering those weaklings whom you often referred to as your family, for if they had all still been alive to this very day, then I would have went and had forced you to watch me go and destroy them all once again, and that right there is the greatest difference between us, Pride Trooper. And so while as impressive as you may have been in showing me on how much you have truly grown throughout these years, you are still nothing more than a weakling when staring into the face of my great and unbound demonic power, with Jiren responding, you foolish demon, for there is far more to the depths of my boundless power that you could never possibly go on to imagine for there to go and be, and so if you don't believe me, Jiren continues, then I am about to go and have you...
That boy said, man, he been throwing them hands, They always go with a long intro and warm up. See, that's one thing I do like about Vegeta whenever he's not going to sell the bag as in, you know, be fighting the main bad guy and then let the bad guy win type shit. But nah, when he's actually gonna kill somebody, Vegeta actually puts in that work immediately. He's not playing about that shit. But then, you know, Kira Toriyama, he's a troll, so then he trolls Vegeta because he doesn't like him. So, I mean, when the author of the story doesn't like a character, he trolls the shit out of him. So anybody that say Vegeta ain't a goat, hey, you must not know. The guy who's writing the story didn't like Vegeta, so that's why he kept hoeing his ass. Because he was like, man, let me check the Prince of All Saints. That's why he gave him a fucked up hairline. Because he didn't like the character. So he was like, okay, it's somebody I don't like. That's how you did him. He made him look bad the whole damn time. Although he was carrying the show. But it is what it is. You do what you do, you live and you learn, right?
Kodos quickly responds upon being shown having to blast Jiren with a point-blank blast. And as if I truly care about whether or not there is something more to your power that meets the eye here is utterly useless within my cause, and so since you appear to miss your loved ones this badly, then how is about you go and join them, Jiren? And so now don't try to fight it and just let it all go and sink into your very soul, so that way you may finally go and be with your loved ones once again within the afterlife. Wait, but what's this? Why am I sensing his power suddenly vanish without a trace out there, Kodos questions? For he couldn't have found a way to possibly go and escape me now, did he? Well, it doesn't matter, cause even if he did, there will be no corner of this entire